Welcome to the Northside Grizzly Coaches Show. Now, here's Buzz with Coach Mike Fallour.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mike Fallour Show. We're live at Walk-Ons, 4306 Phoenix. Coach, you got your crosstown rival, your city champs.
Yep.
You got the Sebastian County heavyweights. You're the Sebastian County champ. Let me say congratulations on a 29-20 victory last Friday night against the Greenwood Bulldogs.
Well, thank you, Buzz. It was one of the best football games we all coaches talked about. You know, just the way it was played and the way our kids played and the way their kids played. It was exciting. It was fun. A very physical football
Definitely
game,
physical.
which is what we wanted, and just excited to come out of there with a win.
At the end of the first quarter, it was 0-0. Second quarter, we ended up getting 2 touchdowns from Ty Massey. One was a 3-yard run. The other was a 52-yard run. That 52-yard run came right at the end of the second quarter. Got our momentum back. How did that make you feel going into halftime?
Well, I mean, I knew this was going to be a 4-quarter football game. You know, it's Greenwood is a good football team, and they're not going to not play the way they're capable of. So, you know, you just told them great where we're at with 14-13. Would have loved to have made the extra point, but it's going to be third and fourth quarter, and I thought we came out and played really, really well in the second half.
Oh, extremely well. It was a really even ball game. We had 386 yards on 71 plays. They had 385 yards on 66 plays. So each play you're averaging about 5.4. They're averaging about 5.8. But we had some penalties.
Yeah.
I think we ended up having, 7 or 8 penalties, 8 for 75 yards.
Too many.
Kind of took it down to the wire a little bit towards the end, but, boy, wasn't the ending sweet.
Yeah, you know, the stats, when you're reading it, you look at Greenwood, the first 2 football games, you know, they're averaging almost 100 plays a game and 600 or 700 yards a game. So for our defense to hold them to under 400 and to hold them to 20 points, outstanding. What you don't see in that is our offense had the ball for 71 plays.
Yeah.
And we kept the ball away from them. I think we had a 14-play drive, an 11-play drive, and so we were able to keep their offense on the sideline. And so it was, as Coach Solly said, it was a total team victory. Both sides. Offense did their job, defense did their job. And what got scary there at the end is you felt like you really kind of dominated the football game physically, and it came down to we had to make a stop to win the game. And we got pressure on the quarterback. They throw the ball up, and Jack Green makes a great break on the ball and intercepts it, takes it in, and scores to, get that final score.
Coach, that gave me a little bit of heart trouble, him running that back.
Yeah, well, it was good to see.
It was definitely good to see. You talk about limiting that high-powered offense from Greenwood. You definitely did that. Third quarter, I think they ran 10 plays and had a turnover. That's really unheard of for them, but that's a credit to the defense and the way they handled themselves Friday night. Another stat that really got my attention is their big running back, Tucker. He just had 64 yards.
Yeah, again, it goes back to I think they had 95 total on like 30 carries. Our guys did a great job of being where they were supposed to be and a really, really good job of tackling. They didn't miss many tackles. So, again, we challenged them for the 2 weeks going into it. We've got to be physical. Yeah. We have got to be the most physical team on the field. And I think without a doubt anybody that was there or have watched the game can see that we were.
Yeah, the first game against Southside, I think Walker threw it 9 times. This time he threw it 21. But still, that running game and that offensive line and what you've assembled and what Coach Little has assembled and Coach Kendrick, who we're going to be able to talk to here in a little bit, has been able to put together a game plan that you got Ty Massey gets 155 yards, Sunquist Church gets 140. It is devastating when you see Ty Massey come out and you got to put yourself in the defensive line or the second or the linebackers for the opposing team say, whew, oh no, Church is coming in. It's like you got some fresh legs, and these guys are phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 2, I don't know, maybe there's a team that has 2 better running backs. I'd like to see them if they do. We have 2 outstanding running backs. And what we're doing on offense, this is, as we call it, the wide zone, they're very good at seeing things and making cuts off of our linemen. And I can't say enough about Coach Little and our offensive line. for the first time, and I guess my 9 years here, we go into games before knowing we were outmatched in positions. I don't feel that anywhere across the front. I feel like our 5 guys and our 2 tight ends can line up and block with anybody. And now on Monday we got Jamani Benton back, who doesn't do anything but make us better. So we've had a great week with him back, and we're excited that he's back with us.
Your offensive line's not just good, Coach. They're big.
Yeah, we used to say that, talk to other coaches, oh, we're not very big, but I can't say that now. We're probably as good sized as anybody that we play.
Towards that last drive that Greenwood had, there's about 45 seconds left, and as they were driving, what was going through your head at the time?
We got to get a stop, and then, of course, I thought, man, it's going to be terrible if they hit a play and get to kick a field goal to beat us, because, again, I felt like we outplayed them the entire football game. And just through some penalties or a few little mistakes, we kept the game within 1 score, which, anytime you do that, you take that chance. But the way we were playing on defense, I really felt good. I'm going to tell you that you got to go back to now. Before that, we're punting the ball from our 5-yard line.
I was getting ready to talk about that.
And Noah Ottman steps in there and kicks the ball 64 yards, because anything less than that, they're close to being in field goal range right now.
Right.
So Noah, one of the players of the games for that right there.
I agree with you 100%. He was going to be our A to Z variety store defensive player of the game until Jack Green gets his interception. Then when you go back and look at the game, you got to pick a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah.
What about X?
Well, we give a Farm Bureau player of the game, and we gave it to X. He had 19 tackles.
That's amazing.
And a little story about X, I saw him coming in the building, and he saw me, and he kind of wasn't where he was maybe supposed to be exactly. So he hid, and I caught him around the corner, and I said, what are you doing? He said, Coach, this was Monday now.
Right.
He said, Coach, I'm still sore from making all those tackles. And I said, oh, Lord, here we go. So, but he played really, really well. And he's not the only one.
Right.
That whole defense played good.
Yeah, again, trying to go back and pick out a player, you look at all of them. When the interception was made, Esau and Seth Fields hit the quarterback at the same time.
Yeah, they did.
And the play before that, there was a little bit of pressure on him, too. He made a bad pass. Savoy almost picks it off.
Yep.
And then you had Hinkle, who was running guys down. It was just a team effort. McCade, Moody, he hit somebody so hard. We shivered a little bit up in the press box, and then you've got Zion Morris on a kickoff that almost detached a guy. It was it was pretty impressive how hard these guys were hitting.
Yeah, it was. Watched a lot of games, and it was as physical as you could be. And I'm talking about across the board.
Yeah.
Offensively, defensively, kicking game, just everybody. Again, I go back to a true team effort.
Talk about Aaron Carter for a second, Coach. Defensive lineman. He had a pretty good game, too.
He did. He had an interception. I almost ran it back. He had a penalty on that play. And it's really hard on a guy where the play happens and the guy's fixing to make the tackle and he hits a defenseless player, but the guy's trying to make the play. So can't really fault him for trying to block right there. It's something that we got to do a better job as coaches informing them on. Hey, sometimes you just got to lay off.
Right.
And that's hard. When you see your buddy running down the field and there's a guy fixing to tackle him,
exactly,
you make the block.
Well, Coach, it's good to be 2-0. We got a tough one coming up against Harbor. Before we talk about that, we're live at Walk-Ons right now. Ashton, could you bring Coach a appetizer here? I know he's ordered and everything. Let's go ahead and give him an appetizer. Thank you very much. These fried pickles.
Yeah. Oh, am I going to eat this now?
Well, you go ahead and eat if you want to. And we do have a lot of Grizzly fans in here right now. Can we hear from the Grizzly fans? Some other players here. We got a good group of guys coming in tonight. We're going to talk to Coach Kendrick. He's our offensive coordinator here in just a few minutes. Brandon Bailey, he is our left guard. Left guard. He'll be in here to talk to us shortly. James Colley, Seth Fields. So we got a lot to talk about. Before we talk about Harbor, though, Coach, go ahead and get you a handful of them.
I'll pass for
right now.
Yeah.
You want to talk about Harbor?
Yeah, but before we do that, I want to say, no, everybody's got to know this. Buzz's birthday is today, so we got to wish you a happy birthday, Buzz.
Thank you.
I promised him I wouldn't say how old he was, but he's
you can guess.
There,
you
right?
can get. Oh, it's up there. Yeah. My dentist sent me a text and said, "Happy birthday. Keep having them."
Yeah.
So that's been
the
best advice of the day. Harbor.
Yeah.
Coach, they're 0-2 right now, but those two teams that they played, they went to McKinney, Texas, played them. I think they won that one 35 or lost that one 35-28.
Right.
They go play North Little Rock. Real good ball game for one half, and if they don't fumble inside the 5 right at the end of the first half, they go into the locker room with a lead.
Yeah. Oh, we played Harbor several times over the years. The last game of our season last year, they're a very big physical football team. They've turned the ball over. They've shot themselves in the foot. I hope our guys understand that this is a game that we have got to go play very similar to what we did last Friday if we want to come out of there with a win. Anything less than that, it'll be a dogfight. I mean, they're a good football team.
So they're kind of a combination between the first two teams that we've played as far as their game plan. They're going to throw it a little more than they run it. They do have some good running backs. They've got some really good receivers. I watched some film on them against North Little Rock. Their quarterback is sneaky fast.
Yeah.
He'll run a quarterback draw off of faking a speed option, and before you know it, he's at the second level, and he's got some speed.
No, they're very similar to Greenwood. I mean, very similar. And that quarterback transferred in from Fayetteville. He's a good player. Played some for Fayetteville last year. Their running back was the leading rusher in the state last year in 7A as a sophomore, and he's a big running back. So the center, Strubing, has started for 4 years. So they're a good football team. They might be 0-2, but they started off last year 0-4, turned it around, won 6 games, got in the playoffs. So we've got to be ready to play a tough, again, 4-quarter football game.
Yeah, the last time we played them was in the first round of the playoff. Weren't really on our best performance.
No.
So it'd be good to go back and try to get 3-0. That'll be the end of the non-conference games. Then we'll come back to Mayo, Thompson, get Bryant.
Yep.
That's always one fun to look to. I'm glad we have them here, though.
We'll talk about them next week.
Okay.
So we'll worry about Harbor right now, and then Brian will be up on the radar next time.
Sounds good.
I want to mention one thing, too. Darby, our 8th grade team, very talented group, went down to Greenwood last night and won 56-38. And our 9th grade team that is 2-0 is going down tomorrow night. And so we're looking for a sweep of the Grizzlies and Darby and our 9th grade team here this week at Greenwood.
It'd be nice. And you talk about our 9th grade team, there's some special young men on that team.
Yeah, there's really good players.
Yeah, they are. I'm looking forward to watching that. I think I'm going to try to ride with you.
Sounds good.
Sounds good, Coach. We're going to take a break. Stay with us. When we come back, we got offensive coordinator Greg Kendrick.
You're in business to do business, not paperwork. That's where the skills of Potts & Company certified public accountants can help you succeed. Trust the experienced professionals of Potts & Company for tax preparation, bookkeeping, and other business services. Using QuickBooks for your operations? They're QuickBooks experts. The Potts & Company team can help you establish, organize, and optimize your QuickBooks for utmost effectiveness. Visit pottscpa.com to learn more.
For more than 50 years, Air Compressor Equipment Company has provided solutions for the oil, gas, and industrial markets, becoming an industry leader in custom fabrication. An unwavering focus on assembly, sales, and service means that whatever size project you have, ACEC can deliver what works. Air Compressor Equipment Company supplies to businesses working in the most demanding environments around the world, but is still a dedicated member of the Arklahoma community. Learn more at acec-ark.com. Air Compressor Equipment Company. Field tested, quality driven.
Welcome back. We are happy to have our offensive coordinator, Greg Kendrick, here. Coach, you and I have talked a lot last year, talked a lot so far this year about the offense and really what you try to accomplish week to week, practice to practice. One of the things that you told me is that this year you got so many more snaps, summer, spring, that we didn't get last year, and you felt like you were a lot further ahead. How did that translate going into the first game?
Well, we're miles ahead of where we were at last year at this time, and just having look over the summer 5-team camps, multiple 7-on-7s, 2,000 reps, probably more than what we had last year, and just the experience of 4 offensive linemen back, two great tailbacks back, having a quarterback with 3 to 4 games experience with multiple receivers that have game experience, whether they started or those reps are valuable. Those reps are precious, especially with what we're doing. Looking at a COVID year and throwing our guys into the mix,
right.
After a virtual install versus where we're at right now, miles and leap years ahead of where we're at. So it's, we're working stuff right now that we never got to last year, and we're efficient at stuff.
The wide zone, that's your offense. And I asked you before we played Southside, can you explain to me so I can explain to our listeners what a wide zone is? And your explanation made a lot of sense to me. It's like a dance with a lot of different partners.
Yes, sir.
So if we could take that a little bit further, I know that in a wide zone you've got to have a quarterback that really gets it because he has to make a lot of different reads. Can you tell me what Walker goes through when he gets the snap?
In about 25 seconds, Walker's got about 4 pre-snap decisions that he's making, whether we're throwing an RPO, whether he's, whatever he's doing. But, he sets the call, of course. He sets the protection for the O-line. He makes the call, and then, from there it's given to those O-linemen, and they take and run with it. Their communication up front, communication with what we're doing is vitally important,
right.
In every offense. But with what we're doing, all our combos, all our stuff, it starts with Walker, Katsavis, and then goes down to our offensive line.
When you have an offense like that, it's very important to get people to buy into it, especially your quarterback. You could have a guy that has a lot of talent, a lot of raw talent, but if he doesn't buy into that offense, it doesn't work. Walker's not that guy. He buys into it. As a matter of fact, when I was asking you about him, your phone rang and it was him. He wanted to go over some film. How good does that make you feel as an OC?
It's intangibles. There's a lot of things at this position. You can have the strongest arm but not be the best quarterback. There may be guys on this football team that possibly have a stronger arm than him, or guys that we play possibly have, are faster than him. But what he brings to the table and everything that he brings as a total quarterback, the intangibles, the leadership, the trustworthiness, the work ethic. There's a lot to it, and he's got a great arm and he's got a great mind. Phenomenal speed. He brings a lot of pieces to the table. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, but the intangibles that he brings, I think there's a lot more to playing quarterback than, hey, I can get out and throw a ball 70 yards.
He's trustworthy.
Yes, 100%. And our kids respect him.
Yeah, they do.
He's a true leader of our offense. And when he goes to the line, those guys know that he's paid the price, and he's earned that right and earned that spot. And I think our offensive line, our receivers respect him. They go to war for him, go to fight for him, and at the same point, he's going to fight for them.
Well, he's thrown it 30 times in 2 games, so obviously it's going to say a lot about your running game. But he's thrown it 30 times in 2 games. He has no interceptions and 2 touchdowns.
Don't jinx us now.
Come on now. I did that to
don't say that.
I take that back. I take that back.
Southside, I think he was 8 of 9. We're really efficient.
Right.
We have kind of morphed. We've kind of morphed into who we are, and we're a wide zone team that's going to throw the boot. And the boot's been really, really good for us. We were in the boot. I think we called it 15 times against Southside, and the ball left his hand 9 times. He was 8 of 9. Last week with what they were giving us, we threw hitches.
Yeah.
I think we called hitches. I think it was 16 times, and he was 11 of 16 throwing hitches right there.
Right.
For that, and I think we threw a total of 21 times. But we have morphed into who we are. We're going to lean on our offensive line.
Right.
We're going to depend on those guys up front, and we're going to take what the defense gives us.
Well, to get us off the hook about the jinx, I don't think there's any way you can go a whole year not throwing. He may get an interception here, there.
It's going to happen. There's not a quarterback that's ever thrown the football and not throwing one.
But if he does, or say when he does, the thing about this team is that they rebound from adversity better than any Northside team I've seen in years. And I have an example when Ty Massey got stripped, had a fumble there, turnover. I know it hurt him, but he made his mind up, and you could tell he's going to have a revenge for that.
You know, this is a group that is different than any kids we have. This is a group that they care for each other, they love each other. You see our defense, you know, supporting our offense and vice versa. Last year and some other teams I've been part of, there's some competition there, and you know, sometimes they just don't like each other. This group of seniors, great leaders, great young men, and they truly like each other. They truly care for each other, and they truly support each other.
They do. And when you're having some adverse times, that's when you've got to rally around each other. And I didn't see it because I was in the press box, but during the Southside game, things were not going well in the beginning, but they were not. They were helping each other on the sideline.
You know, that's one thing I kept hearing. You know, our defensive guys saying, "Hey, you know, we're picking you up.
Right.
You know, come on, guys, we got you." And they kept over and over and over. And we struggled early. They gave us something that we weren't prepared for.
Right.
They did some stuff that it took us about 4 series to make some adjustments.
Yeah.
And then I think we scored in the last 5 possessions, you know, so it took us a little while to find our niche and find our groove then, but I kept hearing on the headset, you know, the defensive guys saying, "Guys, hey, we got your back."
Yeah.
You know, and our offensive guys saying, "Hey, keep plugging, keep doing what you're doing, man. We'll find it." So it's encouraging for those two groups that, you know, there's times we're completely separate.
Yeah.
But those two mesh, you know, and they're supporting each other, and so this group of seniors is a great group to be with.
They're very impressive. In all the interviews that I've had and the talks I've had with the seniors, it's yes, sir, no, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's about the game. It's about the team. It's not about me. It's been different than anything in years past.
This group of seniors, man, phenomenal young men. You know, and of course, got great upbringing, great parents, but, you know, it's been a true pleasure be with these young men.
Yeah, and you talk about their upbringing. There's a lot of parents here tonight that come in and support the kids. They support the program, and that means so much to us that they do that, and that filters down to the kids. And we appreciate the group effort that goes into getting victories, or if you do get a loss, you know, rebounding, getting to the next game with a good attitude. I do want to ask you, though, during the game, you elect to be in the press box. Do you see the game better there? I mean, that's your decision.
100%. It's and Mike's really good. You know, first game against Southside, I was on the field.
Yeah.
Second game, I went up, and it's a communication aspect. You know, Walker early said, "Coach, I'd like for you to be on the field with me."
Yeah.
But he understands that we see it so much better. There's so many more adjustments that can be made. In-game, in-series adjustments with me being up, and we just thought that, you know, and as good as the communication is on the sideline, as good as we talk about the leadership that he has and the communication that we have, I just felt like it was best for our football team for me to go up.
Yeah, and so when you are in the press box, who are you talking to?
Our headsets, we speak to all of our offensive
everybody?
staff. Yep.
Who's talking to Walker?
They'll throw the headset on, or I communicate.
If he's on the field.
Yeah, I communicate through Coach Little, Coach Brack, and Coach Neal.
I got you.
And so we have, you know, the quarterbacks and I have our own system of communication.
Right.
So it's for some of these guys, it's like just like Coach Little and that offensive line. It sounds like Japanese at times.
Right.
You know, when you hear it. And so Walker and I understand each other. He's starting to do a great job of really thinking like me.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, you really understand each other, and you know you've made a connection when that guy starts thinking like me and starts speaking like me.
Yeah.
And so it's almost strange how that guy's starting to learn how to finish my thoughts.
Well, our most recent game, Greenwood, high-powered offense. You know, our defense did a great job, you know, bringing them back to reality. Before we let you go, can you compare our two offenses, Greenwood's offense and Northside's offense?
You know, I told you that earlier. I heard it said that, you know, someone said that the Greenwood offense is pretty and flashy. It's like a supermodel that'll cheat on you eventually. And our offense is a pretty wife that stays with you forever.
That's it.
That's
exactly
right.
It
may not be flashy.
Can I hear from our Grizzly fans on that? Yes, sir. That's exactly. They're loyal to you.
Yeah,
they're going to do what you tell them to do. Yeah.
It may not be flashy, but it's pretty.
Been kind of flashy.
Yeah, it has. It's got some flash in the pans. It's you know, it's just. I compare us with, you know, it's the boxers throwing the body blows in the first half, and it's, you know, it's four, and then that second half you look at Ty Massey averaged, I think, 11.2 yards a carry in the third quarter there. And then not Ty, but Ty and Church together. But it's that offensive line just leaning on you and wearing you down. And you look at early in the third quarter, it just, it's just 11 yards a carry. And so those 4 come to 11, and they start throwing those, those body blows start taking effect.
They do.
So it may not be as flashy as, some of the other systems, but our kids believe in it. Our coaching staff believes in it. It's something that we brought in and learned about 2 years ago, and where we're at now from where we started, it's light years ahead.
Well, Coach, thank you for what you do. I know you spend all day coaching. Come in here tonight to walk-ons to give us some interview. We appreciate it. Kind of give us some insight of what goes through your head and how you communicate with Walker and the other players, and we appreciate you letting us kind of be inside your head for a little bit.
You betcha. I appreciate you
so
guys.
much. And we got a couple of offensive linemen we're going to talk to here shortly. Stay with us. Left tackle James Colley's next.
Burton Pools and Spas. Check them out on their website, burtonpools.com. See their selection of hot spring spas, doughboy pools, and in-ground selections. As always, free spa and pool water testing. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun. burtonpools.com. Chlorine-free Baquacil pool care system. The difference is clear. burtonpools.com. With 2 locations in Fort Smith and Springdale to serve you. burtonpools.com.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace, or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
You're watching Grizzly TV.
Welcome back to the Coach Fleur Show. I have got with me James Colley, number 59, left tackle. James, you were a center last year.
Yes, sir, I was, but I hurt my shoulder and I just wasn't consistent at snapping.
Yeah.
So they just moved me was right guard, then moved me to left tackle.
How do you like it?
I love it 10 times more than center.
Do you really?
Yes, sir.
What makes it more enjoyable for you?
I did not like snapping. It was really stressful, but playing left tackle, I just get to block the dude, have fun. It's fun to just overpower someone.
Right.
Definitely with my experience over people, it's a blast to have someone on the ground.
And you do a lot of that.
Yes, sir. I try my best.
And you get a big thrill out of it.
100%.
We get a thrill out of watching it.
Yes, sir.
Offensive line is so important. If you don't have an offensive line, man, you can't throw it, you can't run it. Right now, I think that our connection between our offensive line, our running backs, our receivers, our quarterbacks, probably the best it's ever been.
Honestly, out of the 3 years I played, yes, I think it's the best. Ty Massey, Sunquest Church are some of the best running backs I've blocked for. Walker, he's a great quarterback, all that. But this running offense, definitely with my O-line. I love Falcon as center, my big friend Brandon as left guard, Damani back now with us, and Eric as tackle. This is amazing.
Yeah. Not only you guys good, but you're big.
Yeah, I am the smallest O-lineman. It's kind of sad being this 3-year starter and being the smallest O-lineman on the field.
But you're probably the meanest.
I will say that, except Jamani.
Jamani's pretty mean?
Yeah, he talks a lot of trash to people.
Does he?
Yes, sir.
You don't talk any trash.
Honestly, no. I'm very quiet on the field.
Are you? Okay.
Less my own teammates. I do talk a lot to my teammates.
Yeah, do you talk a lot during the game?
I do chit-chat. I don't talk trash. It's more just I ask people how the game's going. I kind of be that friendly guy. Jamani do the trash talking. I over here just.
So you would say to a defensive lineman, how's the game going for you?
I will ask him how he's doing. If I'm helping him off the ground, I'll be like, so how is it down there? That's the only trash talking I ever do.
Well, that's pretty good. I like that. It's kind of reverse.
Yeah, it's just playing my sophomore year and me getting bullied all the time and me being trash talk. I don't like it that much.
It's kind of a payback now.
Unless it's people I know, like during the Greenwood and Southside game.
Right.
Those are 2 games where I did not want to lose.
Right.
I did trash talk a lot those games.
How does it feel to be 2-0?
Oh, it's amazing. Not playing at all in middle school.
Yeah.
Coming here now being 2-0 against 2 schools that I've despised. So.
You're a senior.
Yes, sir.
You're a 3-year starter.
Yes, sir.
Now, This is the first year that you beat Greenwood.
Yes, sir.
But you beat Southside every year.
I didn't really play my sophomore year. Like I said, the snapping was very inconsistent, and we had a really good center back at the time named Torres.
Right.
He played that my sophomore year. My junior year, we did beat them. And then this year, I feel like I did the best I ever did against Southside.
Did you you went to Chaffin, right? Chaffin Junior High?
Yes, sir.
When did you really get interested in football?
In middle school, I was really fat. I was almost around 300 pounds in middle school. So I really just joined to lose weight. I didn't join to play the sport. I didn't play one snap in middle school. Came to Northside, and I just got thrown right into varsity.
Yeah. How do you like playing for Coach Little?
Best O-line coach has been.
Oh, he's not here. He's not here.
I'm just saying, like, best O-line coach has been. He's the most caring. The man does get on to you if you mess up, but definitely the most caring.
But he's getting on to you because he's trying to make you better.
100%. If he wasn't getting on to me, I would be worried.
He told me that you get mad if you don't run the football. Is that true?
100%.
Really?
If like the Greenwood game and the Southside game, I was a little bit annoyed he was passing the ball a little bit more, but I wanted to get 400 rushing yards. I wanted 200 rushing yards with both running backs that game.
When you have running backs as special as Ty Massey and Sunquist Church, I guess it's a lot more fun to block for them knowing what they can do when they get to the second level. Those guys are really special, but they can't be special without you. That's where it starts.
I will say that, but again, they are special people.
Yeah, it's a team effort.
But it's 100% team effort with the O-line and how we do, and I think this O-line is special.
How are you in the weight room?
I am. It depends. If Coach wants to do it at 6:45 in the morning, I'm very quiet and I just do my own lifting.
Right.
If it's afternoon weightlifting, then we're more pumped. I'm more energetic, more doing it. But I love the weight room.
Yeah.
If we had a powerlifting team, I would definitely be in it.
You'd be on it?
I will try to at least. I love lifting weights.
Brandon Bailey plays next to you.
Yes, sir.
He's left guard. We're going to talk to him here in a minute. Mm-hmm. You guys do a lot of combo stuff together. How does that work out? Do you guys mesh pretty good?
100%. Me and him both being here the same year. When we first came to Northside, me and him both went in to play D-line. We didn't play O-line. So we connected real well. We have a good sync. We know exactly what we're doing.
Right. We got Harbor next.
Yes, sir.
If they tell you in the locker room before you come out, we're not going to ever throw the ball. We're going to run it every play. Would you be happy?
100%. They run a 3-stack. I think we should destroy them in the run game.
I want to pass that on. You got Coach Fleur here. You got Coach Little, Coach Kendrick. I doubt that's going to happen, but if it did, you'd be happy.
100%.
It's James Colley.
Yes, sir. James,
thank you so much for coming in tonight. We appreciate you. Brandon Bailey's next. Stay with us.
This is a walk-on athlete. They push harder and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
When I talked to the Sawyers about some windows and the concrete work, they showed me several different options of things that they had done, and it all looked good. I would recommend Sawyers to anyone. If they came out and looked at my concrete, they could see the quality job that Sawyers did. They were very professional and top quality. They were on time and on budget. I am 100% satisfied with the work that they've done.
Welcome back. We had a great visit with James Colley, offensive lineman. He has what they call the offensive lineman mentality. Don't throw it, just run it every time. Brandon Bailey, he's the left guard. Brandon, do you have the same mentality? Do you want to run every play?
Of course, I want to do whatever is going to help us win the game, you know?
Right.
Run, pass, you know. I'm going to do my part, especially with my boy James by my side, you know. We'll make sure we give the quarterback enough time to make a decision.
Yeah.
Whichever play we're running. You know?
So that wide zone, I mean, he's got to go through so many different reads. You know, once the ball's snapped, you guys have to be in sync for that play to work. How do you like this offense?
It really just depends, you know, because we got to make sure we got our assignments down and packed and make sure we all on the same track, you know.
Yeah.
Like Coach say, if you wrong, if everybody wrong, you're right, you know?
Yeah.
So we make sure that we all
you got to be on the same page.
Yeah, on the same page.
So you and James, you do a lot of combo stuff like he was talking about. Do you enjoy being next to him at the line?
Of course.
You do?
Of course. We make sure we give our opponent a good beating every play.
And you did that
really
well Friday night. Not just this past Friday night, but 3 weeks ago against Southside.
Yes, sir.
What a great job. And you know, when you talk about the yards of the running backs, and these guys are getting 150 apiece out of 20, 25 carries, it's real impressive what they're doing. But again, it starts with you. So that's got to be real gratifying for you to see your running backs do what they do.
Of course. I tell them every day that I'm going to block for them no matter what. I'm going to do what I got to do to give them the yards and get us the touchdowns.
That's such a great attitude. You're a senior. Seniors have to be leaders.
Yes, sir.
And it doesn't matter which position you play. And it really does not matter if you're on the field, if you're on the sideline. If you're a senior, you need to be a leader. The most impressive thing to me this year, talking to all the seniors, is the same mentality. It's yes, sir, no, sir. They want to do what they have to do for the team to get that win.
Yes,
so
sir.
you have to feel really good right now to be 2-0, getting ready to play Harbor.
Yes, sir. We've been practicing hard, you know, every day, doing what we got to do to get better. The little things, you know.
Right.
Like taking the right step, blocking the right assignment. It's, you know, it's all down to the little things. Add up.
Right. So all your spring and summer camps and all the workouts you did is now starting to pay off.
Of course, of course. Those camps really helped us out a lot. It helped us get ready for, like, you know, physical. Physical. You know, it all comes down to that too, because like Coach said, Greenwood is a physical team.
They are a physical team.
Like a really physical team. And I like that. I like being physical.
I can tell.
Yeah, I'm real big on that. Like, I flip that switch game days. Get in that zone.
So you go into a different mindset.
Yes, sir.
Once the whistle blows. You have been described to me as a real humble person, happy person. Nickname is Papaw. Am I correct about that? Why is that? How did you get that nickname?
I have no idea.
You don't?
But yeah, I'm really excited about the next coming up game. I'm really ready for that.
Well, Harbor's a good team. Now they're 0-2, but don't let that deceive you.
I'm not
they're a good. They're a good football team. They've played two good teams in McKinney and then North Little Rock. So they're going to be a good team, and they beat us last year in the first round of the playoffs. I know that they're going to take us real serious because we've already beat Southside, we beat Greenwood. That came to a big surprise to a lot of people that we beat Greenwood, but I don't think it came to a surprise to you.
It did not.
Or any of the other guys on this team.
Yeah, it was a lot of people, like, really surprised by that, but I never doubted us.
Right.
Like, I already knew that we was going to do what we had to do.
Right.
To get that W, and we did.
What a mindset that is, and that's senior leadership.
Yes, sir.
Brandon, how serious are you when you get in the weight room?
In the weight room? Well, I work out with James.
Right.
We push each other every day in the weight room or whenever we work out. Like, we could be doing a circuit, and I do more reps than him.
Right.
And then he go back and try to do more reps than me. We
just really, a competition between you guys.
And that really keeps us, you know, make sure we're doing everything we got to do in the weight room. We're getting there. Pushing each other.
That's what it takes. Yeah. And your teammates, if they push you, they're there to pick you up when things don't go right. If you miss a block, then, you know, they're not down on you. Hey, you'll get the next one.
Yes, sir.
You come from Pine Bluff, am I right?
Yes, sir.
So how did you get to Fort Smith?
I played basketball for my junior high school in Pine Bluff. And right before the season ended, we left. It was like right after Christmas. And I didn't know what to expect coming up here. But coming into Northside, I got to meet Coach Fleur. And introduced myself for football.
Right.
And it was real different. I've never been a part of a program like this, you know. So it was nice. Like the transition was kind of bumpy, but when I got settled in, it was like I was at home.
Are you glad you're here?
I'm glad. I'm so happy.
We're glad you're here too.
Thank you.
It has been a pleasure talking to you. I've heard nothing but great things about you. What is your plans when you graduate from Northside?
Well, I want to pursue football, college football. But if that don't work out, I want to become an entrepreneur.
You keep doing what you're doing and stay as serious as you are and focused as you are with your task. And the coaching staff that you have, they do a great job getting kids to the next level. So just keep doing what you're doing. Keep that goal in front of you. You want to play college ball, you can do that. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you can do that. How are you good in class? Are you getting to the classroom?
Absolutely. I make sure I get that classwork done.
Okay.
Because I know the coach is going to be on me about that.
Well, not only coaches, but Dr. Rathman's here.
Yeah, I see her over there.
Yeah, you see her back there. Okay, she wants to make sure that part's handled first.
Yes, sir.
I've talked to Ty Massey and a couple of other seniors about how important school is, because your football, even if you go to the next level, even if you make a 53-man roster like one of your alumni did, it's temporary. Your education is permanent.
Yes, sir.
You have to have that. That's going to go with you from now on.
Absolutely.
Left guard, Brandon Bailey. Put it on, Harper, okay?
Yes, sir.
Stay with us. We got Seth Fields coming up.
You're in business to do business, not paperwork. That's where the skills of Potts & Company certified public accountants can help you succeed. Trust the experienced professionals of Potts & Company for tax preparation, bookkeeping, and other business services. Using QuickBooks for your operations? They're QuickBooks experts. The Potts & Company team can help you establish, organize, and optimize your QuickBooks for utmost effectiveness. Visit pottscpa.com to learn more.
A to Z Furniture in Alma is ready to meet your furniture needs. These trying times, with all the shortages going on, they're working hard to keep stock flowing and the warehouse filled. A to Z Furniture understands that you need your furniture in a timely manner, and they are striving to make that happen. Open 7 days a week for your convenience and offering financing and delivery. A to Z Furniture would love for you to stop in and shop today. A to Z Furniture on Highway 71 in Alma. Worth the drive to save more.
You're watching Grizzly TV.
Welcome back. Great visit with James Colley and Brandon Bailey, a couple of offensive linemen. We have Seth Fields here, number 22. He is a converted running back. There was so much hype when you were at Chaffin. You come to the Northside, where are you going to go? We were on pins and needles wanting to know where you were going to go. Your brother, he was there. What made you make the decision to come to Northside?
Well, you know, I started out at Southside. I started working out there and did spring workouts with them, and then came over and talked to Coach Colley, or not Coach Colley, it was Coach Hanson and Coach
Fleur?
Coach Curry.
Coach Curry?
Yeah.
Got you.
Talked to them about it, and then, you know, they convinced me to come over here. Yeah.
So you come as a running back, and I had so much fun watching you broadcasting your games, because it's like you've got like a switch that as soon as that ball snap, that switch goes off, and then you get into motion, and that motion doesn't stop. First hit, second hit, until they wrap you up. That went on for 2 years. And so this year, when I'm told that, hey, Seth Fields is going to play linebacker, I'm like, what? When did that happen? So I talked to Coach Solly this afternoon, and he kind of explained to me where everybody was with this. When did you get good with that?
As soon as they said something about it. Very final game, you know, I was playing running back at the Harbor game.
Yeah.
And Coach Solly said, you know, you want to go in there for linebacker for me? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I would.
That's a perfect position for you, because you're fast, you're strong, and you like to hit. It's
I like everything about it.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then you're meant for that position. So you're 2-0 now. You got two important games. They're not conference games, but Southside and Greenwood, you got those behind you. You know guys on both teams. How does it feel being 2-0 against those guys?
Oh, it's the best feeling ever for that.
You like it?
As far as football comes, yeah.
Right.
Best feeling ever.
You know what impresses me about you and the rest of the seniors is how unselfish everybody is. And all they want to do is win football games. I'll do whatever I have to do. It's a perfect example of somebody that is used to touching the football, getting in the end zone, to now keeping people from getting in the end zone and liking it. And I remember the very first coaches show we did 3 weeks ago or a month ago before the Southside game. I was talking to Ty Massey and Julian Martinez and McCade Moody. Just really enjoyed the interviews. And after the interview was over, when I was talking to you, I said, Seth, I'm going to talk to you in a couple weeks. You said, well, I don't care about all that. I just want to play football. That says a lot about you. It's about playing the game.
That's right.
And you love it.
Hey, what it's awesome.
So you, and I know that you went through some health scares last year, and I just want to say how blessed we are to have you and to continue to be a Northside Grizzly. It means so much to us. I know it means a lot to you being just a senior. And what do you have in mind for Seth Fields once your senior year's over?
Well, I really like mental health. I like studying that. I've, read books about it and stuff. Yeah. But, I think it's really interesting being able to help somebody out.
Yeah.
Figure their brain out, and if they have real problems, help them out with that. Maybe help them with their life, set them on the right course and everything.
That's an awesome goal.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about playing any more football when you graduate? Or probably
Honestly,
just continue on to school?
Probably just continue on to school,
You might want to start out with some of the defense or the offensive coordinators that you're messing up mentally right now. Help them when you get through. They have a hard time game planning you and Esau and McCade Moody.
Well, I still got stuff to work on. It's a learning experience every single game.
Exactly.
Last game I lost, or I missed 3 tackles. So, that's my focus.
Right.
Focusing on that, pressing the hips and everything.
Right.
It's just stuff you don't think about when you're a running back. You got to think about every single play when you're a linebacker. It's completely different playing linebacker from running back, because when you go in at running back, you got a set goal of what you're doing, and you're going to go in there, you're going to do this, and you kind of really don't know what you're doing when you're in the play, because you just do it and it happens.
Exactly.
When you're playing linebacker, it's a whole different thinking game, and you got to think about everything you're doing, make sure it's not affecting anybody around you.
Exactly.
And it's a whole puzzle in defense. It's just kind of running back. You just kind of find the hole and you get whatever you can get.
Do what you can do.
Yeah.
Everything evolves after you get the football, and then you got to figure out where to go. I get that. Defensively, in that 3-3-5 that you guys run now, and along with the coaches you have with Coach Solly and Coach Curry, it's a defense that's really set up for faster guys, not necessarily the big guys, but the fast guys that are good against teams like Greenwood or Southside or Harbor. Harbor's going to throw it a lot too. They're going to run it, move it around a lot.
Yeah.
So that's really a perfect defense for a guy like you.
Well, I enjoy it. I think it works out for Moody and Kendrick,
Yeah. So weight room. Obviously, you're an extremely strong young man. What's your bench now?
Honestly, I got no clue. Probably around 300.
Yeah.
But, I haven't maxed out in a little while. So.
Right. How often do you go into the weight room?
Just whenever we do it at school.
So what about during the summer when you're kind of on your own? Were you getting your workouts in?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty disciplined. I mean, you can't look like that and just not work out. But does diet come into your game plan, or you just eat everything in sight?
Well, for a long time I was on a really strict diet, in like 6th grade, I was pretty chubby, so I ate no carbs at all.
Right.
The whole summer, got the 6-pack or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, slowly from there it started evolving down and just trying, I want to get big.
Yeah.
So
in a summer,
I kind of just eat birthday cake and, everything I can now. So.
Well, you still got the 6-pack. So in the summer when you were trying to get that 6-pack, and you got any tips for a guy like me to get
You don't want no 6-pack.
I don't want one?
I don't want no six-pack after this year. I'm gonna be big.
After this year, you're just gonna get big.
Yep.
Well, you're just getting into the season, so you still got a lot of football to play. Conference starts after the Harbor game. We're going to come back and play Bryant.
Yep.
It's definitely going to get real then.
Oh yeah.
So I know that you'll be prepared for it.
Yep. Whole team will, that's for sure.
Do what?
Whole team.
The whole team, and that's the thing about
You're
you
gonna
guys.
be going
It's
crazy.
like everybody is on the same page. This is the first time I've seen this in quite a few years.
It's crazy, yeah.
It really is. I've been doing this for a long time, and there's been times we've had a lot of talent, but we just couldn't win any football games. Now it's like it's just it's one group that has the same goal, and the seniors are the most important part of that, because if you lay down, then they think it's okay for the juniors and the sophomores to do the same thing. If you're giving 100%, that sets the tone for them. If you make a mistake, but you go out without hanging your head down and you go out and you make a big play, they think that's what I need to do. So you have a lot of responsibility just being a senior. And it's not just on the field, it's off the field too. The way you conduct yourself as a Northside Grizzly, and you've made us proud. And we appreciate that. And we also want to appreciate your parents for being as involved as they are, being at every game. And haven't been able to say this to a big group of people, but I was freezing to death at the Cabot game last year. I left my coat in the truck.
It was cold.
The sun went down, and I'm freezing to death. And out of nowhere, somebody put a coat on my back, and the chill went away. I was able to broadcast without chattering, and it was like, man, who was that? Who was that? It was your dad. And I want to say thank you to him for doing that, because I was cold, freezing to death. But that warmed me up. And
big old leather jacket.
Big old leather jacket.
Yep, that's a nice jacket.
It is, and I got to keep it for about a week, and I'm thinking, I wonder if they'll miss it. But then I started thinking about how big your dad is. I said, well, I'm going to run this back over to the house. So anyway, thank you to Jeremy for taking care of me that night. That was really a special thing. Seth Fields, number 22. Watch him. He does special stuff. When we come back, we've got Coach Fuller and a little question and answer right after this.
For more than 50 years, Air Compressor Equipment Company has provided solutions for the oil, gas, and industrial markets, becoming an industry leader in custom fabrication. An unwavering focus on assembly, sales, and service means that whatever size project you have, ACEC can deliver what works. Air Compressor Equipment Company supplies to businesses working in the most demanding environments around the world, but is still a dedicated member of the Arklahoma community. Learn more at acec-ark.com. Air Compressor Equipment Company. Field tested, quality driven.
Burton Pools and Spas. Check them out on their website, burtonpools.com. See their selection of hot spring spas, doughboy pools, and in-ground selections. As always, free spa and pool water testing. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun. burtonpools.com. Chlorine-free Backwasil pool care system. The difference is clear. burtonpools.com. With 2 locations in Fort Smith and Springdale to serve you. burtonpools.com.
Welcome back to the Mike Fuller Show. This is the final segment. Coach, that was fun. Talking to those kids and just listening to their view of the game from their perspective, and really what they go through on a week-to-week basis or a play-to-play basis. It's impressive. I mean, I haven't seen it like this, and I don't know that I ever have.
Yeah, I'm with you. This group of kids, I told you every week we're going to it's going to just keep going. You know, they're just a great group of guys, and they work hard, and they're fun to be around every day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun.
The yes sir, the no sir, just how polite they are and how well mannered they are, and then they flip that switch when the whistle's blown and they turn into a different machine. You know, but it is impressive, and I think that a lot of the credit goes to parents and their upbringing, the way that they have been taught, and then when they have been given the reins to you and the coaching staff to mold these kids, it's a lot to be proud of. And I think a lot of times that it translates into W's like it has so far this year. Not saying that we're not going to make any mistakes, not saying that we're going to go undefeated, but when you do make a mistake, or if you did lose a ball game, these kids are the kind of kids that will regroup under your leadership and come back and get you a win the next week.
Well, let's hope we don't lose many.
Yeah.
I expect them to be ready to play every Friday because that's the way they prepare. So, there might be some people that are better than us down the road. We don't know. But there's no other group of players and coaches that I want to go into battle with more than these guys on Friday night.
All right, Coach. Let's go to the question and answer. Let's see. It's early in the season. We got 2 games under our belt. How does this team rank with some of your other teams in your career? Now, I know you've had some really good teams in 38 years. Your time in Georgia and then your time here. But how does this team rank with some of those teams?
Well, I think they have the same qualities. Anytime you've got a good football team, you've got good seniors that are playing well, that practice well, and they're good leaders, and then the younger guys fall in line. And so I think that it's right along the same that it's been the other good teams that I've had.
Yeah.
How good will it get?
Right.
Don't know.
It's early.
And there's so many things. Who gets hurt, who doesn't get hurt, those kind of things. But this team here has a chance to be special.
Yeah. So far it's been real special.
Yeah.
Those 2 wins. And I think that if you get to the end of the year and say, hey, we could just have 2 wins, it'd probably be those 2 right there. Would you agree with that?
We don't just want 2 wins.
No,
so,
but if.
But those 2.
But if, exactly. Next question. It has been asked, you've had to answer this question in the past about game day preparation if you're on the road. What do the kids do? What do you do on game day? What's your schedule? Or what will it be when you go to Harbor?
Well, I get all the stuff ready. Their little pregame meal, their postgame meal, the drinks. I make sure all that's ready. We pack the day before. So I just try to make sure everything that we need for it to flow smoothly is done before they get down there.
Right.
Then I drive the equipment truck, and Coach Neal rides with me, and then we just pack it, unpack it, pack it back up, get it unpacked before they get back so they can get off the bus and just take right in.
So really the ride to the game's your quiet time.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you don't get much of it game day.
That's it.
So the kids, when do you actually leave for the game that
well,
you
like
play
Harbor, we'll leave at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
We'll try to get out of there before the bell rings so we don't get caught up in all the school traffic, because there's a bunch of school traffic around there now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And like we talked earlier, Harbor's going to be a good football game. It's going to be a hard-fought football game. They're 0-2, but again, they've played 2 really good football teams, and expect a big fight from them. We're looking forward to it. So, Coach, I want to tell you good luck against Harbor. Thanks for being here tonight.
Yeah. Hey, I have a question.
Okay.
That came in.
Who's
I need everybody to kind of help me out here so nobody has to hear me sing very long by myself. But we would like to sing happy birthday to Buzz right now. So we got a cake for him. And so I'm going to start this. Everybody join in real quick. Here we go. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate everything you do for us.
Thank you so much. I thank you for not putting any candles on there. I appreciate that. That's a beautiful cake. Where'd that come from? My wife? Wow. Thank you so much. Now, that was special. It's been a fun day. I've got a lot of messages from a lot of people, and I'm glad to just keep having birthdays.
Yeah, I understand.
So, looking forward to maybe another one this same time next year.
There you go.
That'll be fun. Coach, good luck Friday night against Harbor. Be fun to go 3-0. Our next coaches show will be a week from tonight before we play Bryant when they come to town. So let's stay healthy. Let's get another win under our belt, and we'll have a fun time in the next coaches show.
Yes, sir.
Until then, stay safe, be prosperous, and as always, go Bears.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace, or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
This is a walk-on athlete. They push harder and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
You're watching Grizzly TV.